The Ten Commandments explained a guide for life. Passed down for centuries, they whisper to us of right and wrong, of respect and responsibility. You shall have no other gods before me. These words, etched in stone, speak to a fundamental human need, the need for something bigger than ourselves. For some, it's faith, a belief in a higher power. For others it might be love, family, or a deep commitment to a cause. In a world overflowing with distractions, this ancient wisdom reminds us to keep our eyes on what truly matters. What is it that you place above all else? This first commandment invites us to reflect on these questions and find clarity in our own personal truths. You shall not make for yourself an idol. In ancient times, idols were often physical objects, statues of gold and stone representing false gods. Today our idols can be far more subtle, woven into the fabric of our everyday lives. Wealth, fame, power. These are just a few of the modern idols that can easily consume us. Instead of seeking validation from the outside world, this commandment encourages us to cultivate inner peace and contentment. What are the idols in your own life? This second commandment invites us to examine our desires and find freedom from the relentless pursuit of false idols. You shall not misuse the name of the Lord your God. This commandment, often misunderstood, goes far beyond simply avoiding curse words. It's about respect for the divine, for the beliefs of others, and for the power of language itself. When we speak carelessly, without thought or intention, we diminish the impact of our words. This commandment reminds us that words have weight. They have the power to uplift and inspire, but also to wound and destroy. How often do you pause to consider the impact of your words? This third commandment encourages us to speak with intention and to recognize the profound responsibility that comes with the gift of language. Chapter 4. The Gift of Rest. Remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. This ancient wisdom invites us to pause and reflect. In a world that prizes productivity and constant connectivity, this commandment feels more relevant than ever. We are always on the go, always connected, and often overwhelmed. It's a radical notion, to intentionally set aside time for rest, reflection, and rejuvenation. To step away from the hustle and bustle. It's about carving out space for stillness, for connecting with ourselves, with loved ones, and with the world around us. These moments of quiet can be deeply nourishing. For some, this might involve religious observance or spending time in nature. Others might find peace in simple activities. The key is to find what brings you peace, what allows you to recharge and return to your life with renewed energy and purpose. It's about finding your own rhythm. When was the last time you truly unplugged? When did you last allow yourself to just be? This fourth commandment reminds us that slowing down isn't a luxury, it's essential for our well-being. It's a gift we give ourselves. Chapter 5. The Roots of Respect. Honor your father and your mother. This commandment speaks to the fundamental importance of family and the bonds that connect us across generations. Honoring our parents doesn't necessarily mean blind obedience or agreeing with everything they say. It's about cultivating a deep sense of gratitude for their presence in our lives, even as we navigate the complexities of adult relationships. Even if our relationships with our parents are strained, this commandment encourages us to find ways to honor the role they played in shaping who we are. How do you honor the legacy of your family? This fifth commandment reminds us that strong families are built on a foundation of respect, understanding, and forgiveness. Chapter 6. The Sanctity of Life. You shall not murder. This commandment, stark in its simplicity, speaks to the inherent value of every human life. To take a life is to extinguish a universe of possibilities, to inflict immeasurable pain on those left behind. It's a call for peace, for understanding, for finding ways to resolve conflict without resorting to violence. In a world often filled with anger and division, how do we uphold the sanctity of life? This sixth commandment challenges us to be instruments of peace, to stand up for justice, and to value the lives of all beings. 7. Chapter 7. You shall not commit adultery. This commandment, often viewed through a purely sexual lens, speaks to a much deeper principle: the importance of faithfulness and loyalty in all our relationships. Trust is the bedrock of any healthy relationship, whether it's between romantic partners, friends, or family members. When we break that trust, we inflict pain, sow seeds of doubt, and damage the very fabric of our connection. How do we cultivate trust in our relationships? This seventh commandment challenges us to be trustworthy partners, friends, and family members, to nurture our relationships with care and intention. Chapter 8. You shall not steal. This commandment, seemingly straightforward, speaks to the very core of our ethics and how we interact with the world around us. It's a principle that transcends cultures and societies, reminding us of the importance of mutual respect and trust. It's about more than just respecting physical property. It's about recognizing the inherent value of honesty, fairness, and integrity. These values form the foundation of a harmonious community. When we take something that doesn't belong to us, whether it's a physical object, an idea, or even someone's time and energy, we create an imbalance. This imbalance can lead to mistrust and conflict. This commandment encourages us to live with integrity, to be mindful of the impact our actions have on others, and to strive for fairness in all our dealings. It's a call to be conscientious and considerate. How do you define success? Is it through the accumulation of wealth and possessions, or through the quality of your relationships and the good you bring to the world? This eighth commandment challenges us to examine our relationship with material possessions and to find fulfillment in ethical and compassionate living. It's a reminder that true success is measured by the positive impact we have on others. Chapter 9. You shall not give false testimony against your neighbor. In a world often saturated with misinformation and half-truths, this commandment feels more relevant than ever. It's a call for honesty, integrity, and a commitment to truth-telling, even when it's difficult. Our words have power. This commandment reminds us that truth is the foundation of trust, the cornerstone of justice, and the lifeblood of healthy relationships. How do you use your voice to promote truth and understanding? This ninth commandment challenges us to be discerning consumers of information, to speak truth to power, and to live with courage and conviction. Chapter 10. You shall not covet. In a world driven by comparison and fueled by social media, this final commandment strikes at the heart of our modern anxieties. We are constantly bombarded with images and stories of others' successes, making it easy to feel inadequate. It's a call to resist the temptation to compare ourselves to others, to find contentment in our own lives, and to appreciate the blessings we already possess. By focusing on our own journey, we can cultivate a sense of peace and fulfillment. Envy is a thief of joy. It robs us of the happiness that comes from appreciating what we have. This commandment encourages us to cultivate gratitude, to focus on our own blessings, and to find joy in the journey, rather than constantly chasing after what we lack. By practicing gratitude, we can shift our mindset and find contentment in the present moment. What are you grateful for today? Take a moment to reflect on the positive aspects of your life. This final commandment invites us to shift our focus from what we lack to what we already possess, and to find joy in the abundance that surrounds us. Embrace the richness of your life and cherish the moments that bring you happiness. Thanks for watching, and remember, no matter where you are on your journey, these timeless words can help guide your path.